Good morning and happy Monday. It's a new week, and today we're going to be talking about 4 questions that I ask myself before I say yes. This is something that I have been working on this year during the year of rest. It's my year of rest, and just really working on thinking before I just automatically say yes. So welcome. I'm so glad to have you all here today. It's rainy outside today instead of snowy. It was really cold yesterday. Good morning, Kelsey. It was really cold yesterday, and then now it's raining. So anyway, so glad to have you all here. For those of you who are new, my name is Crystal Payne, and I am the founder of MoneySavingMom.com. I am also the creator of the 14-day online course called Makeover Your Mornings. That's at makeoveryourmornings.com. And I am wife to Jesse, and we have 3 kids, and we live in the Nashville, Tennessee area. So glad to have you all joining us today. For those of you who might be new and you might not know, this year I am committing to have a year of rest, which means that I am saying no to a lot of things so that I can say yes to a few things. And I have really had to, this has been hard for me because honestly, I am such a yes girl. I want to help everyone. I want everyone to succeed, and I want to do everything that I can to help everyone else succeed. But I can do that at the detriment of my own health and my own family. I also am the kind of person that I'm a people pleaser, and I do not want to disappoint anyone. I want to do all the things for all the people and not disappoint anyone. But I have learned that that is a recipe for complete exhaustion. So I've had to really step back and say, okay, how do I determine what I should be spending my time on? And I have had to realize that I am not a victim of my calendar. That phrase, I think I read it in the 5 a.m. Miracle by Jeff Sanders, if I'm remembering correctly, and that phrase has just stuck with me. I am not a victim of my calendar. In every situation in life, we have a choice. We can be a victim or we can be a victor. But I think so much we can feel like, I'm just so busy, I'm so overwhelmed, I have so much to do. And if you really step back and look at your calendar, you were the one that committed to do those things. You were the one that said yes, that you would do that. And so you're making yourself a victim of your calendar and basically saying your calendar is in control over you. But you are not a victim of your calendar. You can be a victor of your calendar. That's right, Cynthia. Who is in control, you or your calendar? And I think that is really step 1 for me. That's been step 1 for me to be able to kind of break free from the shackles of busyness and be able to break into this season of rest. And so I really made it my goal recently to think carefully before I say yes to anything, because I realized that my knee-jerk reaction was just yes. Anytime someone would ask me to do anything, I would just say yes, 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 yes. And then pretty soon, I was saying yes to so many things that I didn't want to be saying yes to, and I couldn't say yes to the things that I really wanted to be saying yes to. So I've been challenging myself to ask these 4 questions before I commit to anything. Number 1, is this extra commitment in line with my priorities and my goals for this year? You have to know what your priorities and your goals are before you can say, is this in line with my priorities? So it's really important. I challenge you to really figure out what those priorities are. In my book, Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, let me see if I have a copy here. I do have a copy here. My book, Say Goodbye to Survival Mode, I talk about creating your best stuff list. And that is your list of the most important things that you want to wrap all of your time and your life around. That you're going to look back at the end of your life and you want to look back and see, I invested my time in those things. That is what is important. Your best stuff is going to change season by season, but I really want you to know what are those best things that you need to be wrapping your time in your life around. So then you can ask this question, is this extra commitment in line with my priorities and my goals for this year? Number 2, am I absolutely, positively, and totally excited about doing this or making this commitment? Now, there are some things that we have to do because we have to do them. I don't get up every morning and think, yes, I get to clean the bathroom today. I'm so excited. Although I'm kind of one of those weird people that I actually do enjoy some cleaning. I love doing my dishes, and for the most part, I actually enjoy doing laundry, and I enjoy making things clean. But I don't wake up and think, like, best day ever, I get to clean my house. I know, snake eyes, who are these trolls? I'm like, snake eyes, okay. So am I absolutely, positively, and totally excited about doing this, making this commitment? That, for me, has become my barometer, especially when it comes to business things. So for family things, I mean, I need to take care of my kids and make food and clean up the house, and I've chosen to homeschool, and I've chosen to have these different priorities. And so some of those things, they have to be done. But the extra things, like a lot of those things would be business things for me, I am really asking myself, am I absolutely, positively, and totally excited about doing this and making this commitment? I discovered that very few things pass this test when it comes to business stuff. And so that's why I've become the no girl. And 95% of the time, or maybe even 99% of the time, I'm saying no. Because I realize that even in the short term, it's sometimes hard to say no. I've had to come up with a lot of creative reasons why, I want to not just say no. I want to say, thank you so much for asking me to do this. I am so honored. At this season, it's just not going to work for me, or it's not going to be a good fit for me, or I'm trying to say no to more things so I can say yes to my family. And I want to not just say no, because I'm not rejecting the person at all by saying no. It's just I'm realizing that it's not for this season of my life. So it's hard for me to craft those emails and to write those texts and to say no in person to people for these things. But down the line, 3 weeks later, when that thing was supposed to happen, you could better believe I'm so happy that I said no, because I would be thinking, I said yes, I shouldn't have said yes. Now this is gonna make, this day hard, and it's gonna make it a burden on my family. And oh, we have a visitor. Oh, you got all dressed up today. You have on your nice white shirt. You gonna say good morning?
Good morning.
You want to tell them that you had, yep, good job. Block that. Okay. You want to tell them that you had a little bit of a rough night with your asthma last night?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. But you have a cheerful smile this morning, don't you? Yeah. Did you have anything you want to say to them?
Nope.
Nope. You just wanted to come say hi. All right. You going to go? All right. Thank you for coming and saying hi.
Bye. You spelled my name wrong.
Brian, he said you spelled his name wrong, but Brian didn't. There you go. Okay, he spelled it right. Okay, so am I absolutely, positively, and totally excited about doing this and making this commitment? If not, I'm saying no. And here's what I'm discovering, is that the few things that I'm saying yes to, I am so excited about them because I actually have space in my life to look forward to them and to be excited about them, instead of kind of dreading them because they're just one of many things that I've committed to that I really shouldn't have. Number 3, do I have the time, capacity, and energy to do this and maintain a restful pace of life? Really think about that. Do I have the time, capacity, and energy to do this and maintain a restful pace of life? Now, that is specifically for me in this season, in this year of rest. That is what I'm making paramount. If I can't do this thing and have a restful pace of life, then I can't say yes. Because otherwise, it's going to get me off track for my priority for this year to make it a year of rest. And number 4, is my husband fully on board with me saying yes to this opportunity? Is my husband fully on board with me saying yes to this opportunity? As a Christian, I have discovered that there is power in submitting to my husband. And I know that that is a word that a lot of people have a lot of issues with, and it's going to look different in every marriage. And your husband might not be a servant leader like mine. We're not going to go into that today, but I can tell you this, that I have learned that if I try to manipulate my husband into saying yes, if I try to nag him and drag him along and say, but this is a good idea, we should really do this, when he just doesn't feel comfortable with it, when he has a check in his spirit, when he feels like, you know what, this is just not the right thing for you or for our family. If I try to twist his arm to get him to say yes, it always, always, always ends in disaster. Always. I can tell you story after story where I have been sure it was the right thing for us to do, and he's just felt like we should just say no, and I've just, whined and complained until he finally said yes, and then it turned into like major disaster that for months and months and months it was drama with other people. It, like we lost all this money, or just total stress and chaos and hard things. And so I just really challenge you, listen to your husband if you're married, and if he is not fully on board with something, really, just don't try to make it happen. Really, is my husband fully on board with me saying yes to this opportunity? Now, again, my husband and I, we have the kind of relationship where we communicate a lot, and we have a very open relationship, and we talk about these things. And I'm not talking about making yourself a doormat, or if your husband is maybe, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about if your husband truly loves you and wants the best for you, then you need to listen to him. Because my husband rarely has a check in his spirit about something. He rarely says, no, I don't think you should do that. But when he does, I want to listen and pay attention, because I've learned my lesson the hard way. It is not smart to do otherwise. Yeah, in a healthy relationship, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I just want to challenge you to ask yourself these questions, or come up with your own questions. Maybe these questions aren't what will work for you, but come up with kind of a barometer for every opportunity that you commit to. Don't just say yes without thinking it through. Really ask yourself, is this the best thing for you? Is this the best thing in this season? So the 4 questions again are, is this extra commitment in line with my priorities and goals for this year? Am I absolutely, positively, and totally excited about doing this, making this commitment? Do I have the time, capacity, and energy to do this and maintain a restful pace of life? And is my husband fully on board with me saying yes to this opportunity? And I'm discovering that when I put every commitment and every opportunity through this kind of sieve of these 4 questions, I'm hardly saying yes to any extra commitments. But like I said, the few that I'm saying yes to, I am just enjoying and so excited about, and can really fully savor them, because I know that they are the best things for me to be doing at this season of life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I am going to hop off and hop back on and do the Life Giving Home book club book that we've been going through. I'm loving that book. I think it's going to end up taking us 3 weeks because there's so much in it. So we're going to do that. And then this afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time, so 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a scope that's been requested multiple times, and that is on how I have a business Facebook page, but I don't use Facebook personally. A lot of people have asked me, how does this work? How do you do this? Is that even possible? How did you set that up? Because I know a lot of people, you're wanting to cut back on Facebook, but yet you still use Facebook for your business. And so how to do that and do that well. So that's at 3 p.m. Central Time this afternoon. So have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.